Wonderful.
Welcome, everyone, to Live at Ginger's Barn. We haven't done one of these for quite a while, and the schedule hasn't permitted, but we're mighty glad to be here with you this evening. It's about 6 o'clock Atlantic time, and 10 o'clock over in the UK, and about 2 out west. So we're hoping that a lot of you get on board and join us this evening. Haven't done this for a while because, well, my schedule, touring and recording and the other YouTube things we do is tough. And but when my guest showed up here a few weeks ago, about a month ago now, I guess.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah.
To pick up a guitar from the studio here, I kind of snagged him into promising to come do this. And one of the things that's awesome about the YouTube channel is how many guitar heads we reach around the world, and the best thing about being a guitar head is guitar players. And we're both guitar heads, and we'll be talking about this tonight because one of the great things about being a guitar player is you search out people, you know, that you like to go listen to. And the best thing in the world is to discover a fellow that nobody else knows. and we have lists of these people. All guitar players have them throughout their lives, right? And this guy right here is on my list as one of the greatest guitar players that I've ever seen in all the years I've been playing. And he's a guy that all us guitar players, we go see him. When we have a chance to do it, this is a guy that you go see. And I want to make him welcome here tonight, Mr. Brian Doyle, right here with us in the studio. Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, my
Awesome.
friends. That's a heck of an intro. Now I'm nervous.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am, man. You put an intro like that together, and I have to try to live up to it?
Well, then I'll break the tension by saying if you want to help us out tonight financially, you can send us a few bucks through e-transfer at jpcormier38@gmail.com. Also at paypal.me/jpcormiermusic. Either one of those places, you can put something in our tip jar. It's our payday for tonight, so bring it on. Either that or send us a case of beer. It's your choice.
Or a size 14
A
sneakers.
size 14. preferably nothing too flamboyant.
No.
Or spicy.
Or flammable.
Or flammable. So, Mr. Doyle,
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. There's a lot of people have been looking forward to this moment.
Well, I hope I can live up to the moment because
you're going to be fine, buddy.
This is an incredible thing for me, man.
Well, we're super stoked to have you here.
My thing is now I have to keep in mind what I'm doing
Yeah.
and perform.
Well, you know what? You're among friends.
I see that. That's a good thing.
You're among friends.
Let's see if they're still friends after
If
this.
you make a mistake, just do it twice.
Oh,
Call it jazz.
I will. I call myself a jazz player because of that very thing.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Doyle.
Thank you,
Take her
sir.
away, buddy.
Okay. Wish me luck.
I got you. Right on.
That's an old piece I wrote when I was 11
Jeez.
because I didn't know how to tune the guitar yet. I love that story.
What tuning is that in exactly?
Open D.
Just open D.
Open D, and which reminds me, I got to go back up a little.
You go ahead. So yeah, so it's your family history in music is huge and deep.
It really is. Yeah, I've been asked a lot about that over the years. You go in places and they find out that, oh, your mother's Maybelle.
Yes.
Chisholm Doyle McQueen.
Yes.
That's the Queen, or my uncle's Cameron Chisholm, or
And your granduncle's Angus.
Angus Chisholm, yeah, and all movers and shakers in the Celtic world at one time, for sure. Excuse me.
You come by it honest.
Well, you know, there's something to be said about growing up in a house of music.
Yes.
And I believe that that's what inspires children to be playing all the time and forging a career in music. So if you have music going on, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. We were, like all of us kids, were playing piano by the time we were 3 or 4 because we wanted to be like our mom.
Right.
None of us grabbed the bagpipes. I don't know why. I love the pipes, but we didn't go for it.
So if you've never heard of, we call her Mother Maybelle.
Yeah.
Maybelle McQueen Chisholm, just unbelievable. She's if there was one person that we could, for Cape Breton music, if there was one person that we could say, like pretty well created the stride style that she played, it was her. She influenced everyone's left hand as a Cape Breton fiddler accompanist.
It's so true.
It's crazy what she did, and the only other person, and you know as well, the only other person that even was in the same realm as her was Eddie Irwin.
Yeah.
Because Eddie Irwin was actually a ragtime piano player. So that's the way he approached everything. But she took it to another level by doing all the bluesy licks and, and the chromatic moves and the playing like a substitute bass lines over chords, right?
And constant left hand going and doing things that the right hand didn't know about.
Right.
You know, it was
two different brains.
Exactly. We
right?
You know, growing up with that, it was interesting. Story I love talking about is like when we were kids. We lived our house was the Doyle house, and it was on the top of a hill away from the Cabot Trail. We lived on the Cabot Trail, but it was a long driveway, and you didn't see like the cars and people visiting until they get up to the top of that hill.
Right.
On any given Saturday morning, late morning, say, in the summertime, when all the fiddles would be out playing every night somewhere, there'd be a lineup more often than not coming up the driveway. You'd hear them coming up.
Yeah.
And in that were fiddle players.
Yeah.
All of them.
All want to play with her.
They come. What they do, and I often wondered about that, and I meant to ask her about it, but my thought on it was say there was no audience. They'd just come up. They'd spend hours just taking turns playing with her.
Yeah.
But they were also playing tunes to each other.
Yeah.
It was an interesting time.
Yeah.
And she was kind of the motivation for all that.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to watch too.
It's one thing to sit in a room and practice, but it's another thing to hear yourself, what you're doing, superimposed over an accompanist.
Oh, yeah.
Like especially someone who's really good.
Yeah.
It makes you play better.
Sure, absolutely does.
Right?
And drives the tune to another degree.
Right.
You know, and that's so important.
Yeah.
And there's some great, we as kids, we knew all the fiddle players just because they walk in to be talking to us kids,
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great stories come out of that.
Well, give us another one.
Oh, God. What am I going to do
You're
now?
on slate for another solo. I'm going to let you turn your leaves one more time.
I'll just fart around with some blues things. Nothing serious, but kind of make it up as I go along. Beautiful, man, beautiful.
Oh man,
It is fun.
I know it is. I can't keep from laughing over there. Every time you hit a lick, I'm like, oh boy.
They want to know what guitars you're playing.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, that's easy.
I'm
This is a
playing-
6-string.
This is a 6-string. This has frets and such.
Yeah, there's a pick involved.
This is as many people might know, this guitar is my beloved Boo Boo. This is the second Boucher that I ever bought, and I've had her for almost a decade now, and she's rare form tonight.
Oh, it is. It sounds beautiful.
Rare form.
It's singing.
And your guitar now.
This is an Abner. This is
Yeah.
a brand new thing to me. And if you'll notice, it's a fanned fret scenario that I'm still getting used to. So my mistakes are because of the, no, I'm kidding. It's an incredible instrument. I'm so proud to have it. It's recent. And you'll have to tell me his name. Now, I got this through JP, and you'll have to tell me his name.
Well, we want to give a big shout out
Absolutely.
to Roger Schmidt. At
Roger
Brickhouse
Schmidt. I'm
Guitars.
sorry, I forgot that name.
Now, another thing about this guitar that's important is it's built by Hosen Young. It's his guitar. He was building the Avenires for Roger, and this one is a spectacular piece of work. It's just one of the nicest guitars I've ever seen.
It's incredible, and it's,
Roger thought it would do well in this man's hands, and by God, it has.
well,
It's coming to life too. I mean, even while you're playing it, it's coming to
opening.
life.
You can feel it just opening up. I haven't had a whole lot of time playing it in gigs like this.
Yeah.
But you do hear it.
Oh,
As
yeah.
you play it, you hear it expanding, and it's a beautiful, beautiful instrument. And if anybody out there gets a chance to put their hands on one, please do, because you'll be going home with it. I guarantee.
So let's do some jigs.
All right. I know some.
Want a quick tune before we go?
Let me
think
check
I'm
on.
all
You want yours? What that?
I think I'm okay.
Okay, I've been stretching these to brand new strings, so.
We like to be in tune because we care. Yeah. It's not because we care, it's because we care about
We
your
care about
ears.
you.
You know what I'm going to play that I wasn't thinking about?
Sure.
Is talking about your granduncle.
Oh,
One
Angus?
of his tunes.
Oh, geez.
It's a dandy.
Okay. G?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice tunes, man.
Whoa, those are wicked.
Well, nice tunes, yeah. Got to remember that.
We've had one rehearsal, guys, and you're at it. All right. So,
Love it.
fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely fun.
So tell me now. I got you here. I got to ask
Oh,
you.
please ask away. I'll lie just as good as the next fella.
These are great. It's a great opportunity to learn something for a lot of guitar players. I deal with thousands of people every day on this channel and I love it. It's not
You're doing well. I love it.
It's not a chore. You wouldn't believe. Well, she knows. I go in the morning. I'll get up and I end up sitting on the porch or in the living room, whatever, and I just sit there for a couple hours, and all I'm doing is going through YouTube comments and emails and questions from all the people.
Oh, that must be nice, man. That must be so cool.
And some of it's really important. It's like people going, "Well, I'm going to spend, $6,000 on a guitar.
Oh, wow.
Which model do I get?"
Yeah.
Or they're looking for something cheaper, or they're looking for advice on how to play a certain tune or a certain technique. And so, it's really cool to be able to do a show like this with you, because you've got a unique experience under your belt. And and this is where I'm going with this.
Okay.
One of the things I tell people all the time is that they ask me all the time how I do certain things, right? But there's no easy answer to that question, because the reason I can do whatever it is that I do, and all guitar players do, right, is it's a combination of everything that we've done to date.
Absolutely.
So I've experimented all my life with not only Celtic, but bluegrass, jazz, fingerstyle, classical, shredder metal. I've done all those things, and at the end of the day, I draw from all of that.
Oh, yeah. There's no question about that.
And so your scene is really cool, because I want to talk about Greylock,
Oh,
which was probably one of the best rock bands that ever came out of Eastern Canada. In my opinion, you guys were unbelievable.
wow. Well,
Unbelievable.
nice of you to say, and I do feel the same way about Greylock.
Yeah.
I've been playing. I mean, when I grew up, the way you made money playing music was being a cover band.
Right.
That's it. And being a cover band back then, I'm not young, and I was doing classic rock before it was called classic rock. I was doing it as it was coming on the radio.
It was contemporary.
It's what you heard.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, what was amazing, as I look back, what was amazing is the ears that were out there listening to you play what they heard 10 minutes ago on the radio.
Right.
So you had to get it right, and you did it. Now, at the time, it was not thought of. He just did that.
Yeah, that's right.
And you take all that, and then after years of doing it, and I played with so many different bands and so many different styles and so many different things, and then got into acoustics, so many different ways of playing the acoustic as well. This is all electric I'm talking about mostly. Yeah. And then you decide, okay, I want to do this the way I think is right.
Yeah.
For me, not for anybody else. You never do it for anybody else. You do it for you.
So there was a moment in Greylock's evolution where you guys actually started to become Greylock.
Well, it started out as that.
Band,
be honest to God, it started out with me calling the guys I knew and saying, listen, I got a project. There's absolutely no money. Everybody's broke. And if you're lucky, you'll get paid in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to join?
Yeah.
And I had 8 people at my door that night.
Exactly. But that's what it takes.
Oh, yeah. And
take this to heart, guys, because this is the truth.
I told everybody what I had in mind. And what I had in mind was what Greylock became.
Yeah.
What I started out with is that we have the ingredients here of a really good cover band. Let's do music that nobody else does or can.
Right.
Let's work hard at this. So we did. And we got a name. And then when we released the first album, I did it in the kitchen home. Wow. And that was a little unheard of at the time with a 6-piece rock band, or 5-piece, sometimes 6. But we did it, and it was truly a work of joy. As hard as it was, because I'd have to set up a studio in the house for 2 or 3 days and then go play for 2 or 3 days.
Right.
But getting more from Greylock, the thing about what happened there is exactly why you described it. It was every one of us was a product of our experiences, and everybody had product to deliver.
Yeah.
So I'd write I wrote most of the music for it. I wrote all of the music for it basically, and everybody had an idea. but everybody was warranted in bringing it to me because they were all with the same experience I had.
Yeah.
It's just that I didn't care if I failed.
Right.
I was doing it for us, and it really worked. Again, there's no joy like that.
Yeah, I know.
Bringing something to fruition like that, it's incredible.
Well, it's awesome. You guys were incredible. So Greylock hasn't done anything
Nothing.
recently.
No, not since years and years.
Yeah, I almost feel like they're...
In fact, I have a second album in the can of Greylock. We
Really?
recorded in the States right after we were nominated. We had a rock album of the year up. I can't imagine, still, as I say this, we put it into the awards here, ECMAs, and we're up against Kim Stockwood's first year and Anne
my
Murray. It's a
God.
rock album.
Good God.
So, but anyway, it was marvelous in a way. And then that following year, I had the second album. It's just everything was left at Mix and Master. But then, as happens with a band that's worked hard, and we worked hard, and I was working hard. I was managing, I was writing, I was doing it all myself. My mistake.
Yeah.
When I look back, I did too much.
Plus, you were day jobbing it too at the time, were you?
Well, yeah, a lot of times. See,
were
but I was like doing whatever. It was before we had my wife and I had children, so we had a little leeway.
Right.
But at that time, I was pretty much throwing 90% into what I was doing, and we made good money for the times. We did well. We were offered tours, but some things happened and personalities clash, and then we were burnt out.
The story of every band.
Every band, and we got burnt out. Well, the mistake we made was not taking a break.
Right.
And we could have taken 6 months easily and come back fresh, and we didn't do that because you're always worried about if you take 6 months, are you going to die in the minds of people who like you? You know what I
Right.
mean? You're paranoid about that because it's a job.
It's amazing because, like, I can think of other bands like Signal Hill and
Marvelous band. Yeah.
like those guys they're a cover band, right? But they're the ultimate cover.
Oh,
band.
yeah.
Like, they're like there's so much to be said about the musicianship that occurs in that type of band that you just don't see everywhere.
No, that's so true.
Because you're talking about 5 or 6 guys that can get on stage and reproduce an album that's been recorded in Hollywood,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, and do it so that you can't tell the difference.
And you can't tell the difference.
And
You
then
guys
do
used to
another
that.
style.
And yes, exactly.
You're doing every style.
Exactly. So like there's so much to be said for that and the level of musicianship that's in that. And
It's high. It is. It has
way
to be.
high. And I did it. I did
Yeah, of
when I
course
was
you
a
did.
kid. I played in rock cover bands and I played in country cover bands and it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough because you sort of become an unsung hero at that point in the musical community,
It's true.
right? Because you're just doing cover stuff and whatever, and you're slogging it out for the least money.
Oh, yes.
When someone
You're not making it rich.
original band can come in and make a little bit more money, but not much.
Not much more.
But you know what I mean. So it's and that what you said a few minutes ago, like this, was important. The sacrifice
Oh, yeah.
that goes into music is hugely important, especially
You really
for,
have to want it.
exactly. Yeah.
And you have to want it for the right reasons. There's no wanting it for accolade. There's no wanting it for heroism. It's not that. It's here. It's the heart.
Exactly. So we have something on the list we call the Spanish Fun Song.
Oh, this is there's a great story with this, but it's I'll give you an idea how it goes. JP is doubtful has ever heard this, but it's the idea. So I'll give you the chords. Then I play, and then you go. Very simple all the way through. And you do up, down here, whatever. So that's it. Now I'll bring it in. But before we do this, another partner of mine,
I remember this. I know what this is. I've heard this before.
it was Scott McMillan and I were doing a duet, and he's an incredible guitarist in various styles, and we were coming up with new things. And I had this thing in my head, and I said, "Let's do this." And he said, "Yeah, what do we call it?" And of course, I have no names or anything. I'm lucky I remember my own name, and that's rare that I do. But I was sitting at home, and my youngest was about 2 years old. She was playing on there, and I was just going over the song, trying to think of a name. And she was sitting there the whole time. I was looking very pensive, I'm sure. And I stopped. I said, "Tess, what are we going to call that?" She's, without hesitation, she looked up the Fun Song.
The Fun Song.
So that's the way it was recorded. It's called the Fun Song. But anyway, it's simple but fun to play on, and be free to solo over. No, I have to remember it, but I need glasses to do that. Sorry. The fun
Yeah,
song.
where's
I'll
the-
never
I've been
forget.
wearing them for years. I can't see the guitar without them.
No, well, I'm recently blind.
He's simply blind.
Excellent, man.
Oh, wicked man.
Excellent. Well done.
All right, let's get in G.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hogging the.
I think I'm still good.
You're still good. You got a good guitar there. Touch this
Yeah,
one
Boo
sense.
you don't move very much once you set
May
it
I
up.
open this?
I guess you were.
I just
That's
got
what
it
it's there
first.
for.
Oh, thank you.
That's what it's there for.
I gotta.
You gotta keep the talent well hydrated.
It's true. And water doesn't work.
No.
Never did.
This is old. You're talking about an old tune. I don't know if this is Neil Go or
Oh dear, we're going
William
there.
Marshall. It's one of those.
Okay,
Maybe Neil Go.
I'll try to keep up. wild, brother. Wild. Holy
Oh
God.
boy!
That's fun.
Oh man! That
That's
went
so
straight off the fucking road right there.
Hard to beat the old tunes, man.
Oh
Hard to
yeah,
beat 'em.
man. That was good.
That was really cool.
Ooh, that was good. It's recorded for posterity.
Oh my God. You don't be remind me of these things.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna rewatch that later.
Oh God, yeah.
Jesus.
All in G too.
Ooh, that was a good
The
one.
hard chord.
Yeah. Yeah, the hard chord for guitar players is
Oh, it can
opposite from the fiddle is B flat.
be. Oh yeah. And they always look at us as, how come you're doing that?
Yes. Why do you have a capo? That's what Davidson never used a capo.
No. What's wrong with you people? Oh God, yeah.
Oh my
That's
God,
the-
that's hilarious.
Gee,
All right,
that's-
I'm gonna sing one.
Ah, good. I love when you sing, man.
I just want you. I want to get some. I got a song that I've been doing since I was about 7, but I've never memorized the words. Yeah, old Boo Boo, she's smoking right along tonight.
It is, man.
You'll know this as soon as you know this. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. My old gal's a good old pal, she walks like a waterfowl, and I get them deep river blues. Well, there ain't no one to cry for me, and the fish all go out on a spree when I get them deep river blues. Oh, Brian. Yeah. Give me back my old boat, I'm gonna see if she'll float, 'cause I got them deep river blues. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, times getting better there, I'm told, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Now let the rain drive along, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Stop. If my boat sinks with me, I'll go down, don't you see, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Well, now I'm gonna say goodbye, and if I sink, just let me die, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Yo, Brian. I got one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
That was good. That was guten.
That was really fun.
Nice picking, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We're getting just out of curiosity. We don't normally do this at live at Ginger's barn. But it's who's talking to us over there? There's lots of people saying things. Anything we should say? Acknowledge.
There's lots. What do you need more?
Oh, I don't know. I'll let you think on it a bit longer. Yeah, that was awesome.
It was. That was fun, man. I don't get a chance to do that stuff much.
No.
It's just a joy to be able to sit and play and make the mistakes and let it happen.
Yeah. Well, me and you, this is something that everybody should know, is that you and I have been playing together for around each other
Long
for
time.
25 years.
Is it that long?
At
man?
least. Like I started in 97.
Right on.
I met you I met you right away when I moved back to Shetty.
That's right. We were at the Dorman. We did.
Yeah, and that was in 94.
Was that then?
Yeah.
And you and I get up on stage with a banjo and a guitar.
Yes, at the Doorman.
Let's play. You
Yep.
said.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that, man.
And that was a long time ago. Man.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
it's amazing. You had long hair, like way down.
Oh yeah, that was Greylock days. Just after
Yeah,
Greylock. No, it was just before Greylock. Yeah,
Yeah.
a funny story about that.
Yeah.
Well, I had it, doing the rock star thing, trying to be the rock star, and you looked the part, and I was skinny back then.
Yeah.
Younger
Weren't
days.
we all?
Weren't we all?
100 pounds ago.
100. Anyway, we won't even talk about that. But anyway, Greylock had done its time, did its thing, and I ended up freelancing right away.
Right.
I just took a break, and people were calling, "Can you do this? Can you do that?" And I still had the hair down to here.
Oh, yeah.
And our firstborn had just happened. Like she was a little baby, and that's all she saw was this hair. And I kept it in a ponytail. It was all neat. But anyway, I was in the States, and I suppose if I thought about it long enough, it could back me. I was on stage with somebody I didn't know, just filling in a spot. It was just two of us, and there's a fiddle player of some kind. And I was there. And anyway, in the next day, there was a thing in the local newspaper, where it was New Hampshire someplace. And whoever got the shot, I was sitting here like this, like I am now, kind of sitting down, facing the person that was on my left. And the shot was taken from up here in some kind of stand that they were at. And it was a sunny kind of a day, and it was outside. And all I could see when I looked at the picture that they had in the paper was it looked like I had a white raccoon on my back. And that's it. It was done. I came home and it was shaved off.
Boy.
No more of that.
And then the kid didn't recognize you no more.
Oh, well, she was there when I got a cut, but I was in a room
Okay.
and she didn't see. I went in with hair and came out with none.
Oh, Jesus.
I got this.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it took a while to get used to that one.
Jesus.
Daddy's weird.
So now the list says D-Tune Brian Nutty.
Okay, I can get there. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll go. Just give me a second. I'll go down to again open D.
Take your time. I'll take this minute while Brian is tuning to tell you, if you want to send us some money for the tip jar, you can do so at jpcormier3838@gmail.com for email transfers into RAC, or you can use PayPal, paypal.me/jpcormiermusic. Please feel free to chuck us some cash, and keeps us going, keeps the cheeseburgers flowing.
And we need those.
And we need those, yeah, absolutely. And I want to thank you all for being here with us. It's awesome. And I know it's the start of the summer, but you have to. When you get a chance to play with a guy like this, you just gotta take it when you can get it. So, not that guitar sounds good.
I love this guitar. I recommend anybody that's interested in buying a new guitar to go out and try one of these.
Yeah, that thing sounds wicked.
It blew me away.
It didn't quite sound that way when I played it. But
I think it did.
Yeah.
Sorry about this, but there you go.
I don't know. Take your time.
And what's really cool about this guitar, if I may talk a minute about it, I've had a number of guitars in my hands over the years. This is an unbelievable feel. It looks like it's going to be strange to play, but it's so accurate. You have to get used to playing it. I must say that. I'm a little off in the notes, but
I noticed that when I had it.
It's really accurate, and you can't. It's easy to overplay because you're looking for what's
It's already under your finger.
it's there.
Yeah.
And you just back up and let the guitar talk to you.
Yep.
As I'm learning, like I say, this is probably I had one recording gig with it that I have yet to hear, and this.
Yeah.
This is the second time it's played in
We
public.
did some playback on the sound check.
Oh
It
my
was
God!
Amazing.
Well, the two of them together were
Yeah,
just.
yeah. Oh, they talk to each other.
They
nice.
certainly do.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, what do you got for me?
Well,
over
this is
there?
going to be a little bit of. I'm going to have to hold this pick in my mouth because I need it for the second part. But I'm going to do a.
Oh, I know this one.
I'm going to take years ago. I got turned on to back to Celtic when I ran away from Celtic at 14. I
Yeah.
had an electric guitar and a big amp, and I was doing rock.
Yeah.
And ne'er the twain shall meet.
Yes.
And then I came home on a long weekend in May. I was about 21, and some friends of mine said, "Come on up to our place. We're having a party." Yes, let's go. And I got turned on to Planksty.
Oh yeah.
It changed everything.
Absolutely,
It changed
yeah.
everything. I went home, I bought another acoustic guitar, and I was playing Irish tunes that night.
Yeah.
And one of the tunes on it that many people have done since, but it was from one of those early Planksty albums, was a song called "The Lakes of Pontchartrain." It haunted me. So I do a kind of a simplistic version of that, and then go into something I wrote for an album that I did later on. Oh yes, and I need to be able to grab this pick.
There you go.
Wait, now I have to do it right. See, it has to be held a certain way, and I try not to choke on it. beautiful, man. Oh, that's fun.
Whoa, that just took on a whole new complexion. That dude. Wow.
And they ring, man.
Oh, Jesus, that's wicked.
I'm gonna go quickly back.
Yeah, you go ahead. You know what? Let's jump ahead a couple.
Go ahead.
We're having so much fun. That was a good up-tempo tune. When you're done with that tune, I'll take you up on it. I hope you guys are having fun. I know we are. It's easy to just get lost in everything that's going on here. I love playing with them. Every time you get to play with Brian Doyle, it's an adventure. And I'm telling you, it is. It's odd that happens in this world these days. And
Well, I mean, this is so appreciated by me, being here, doing this, kind of unheard of. I do the gig-to-gig thing. There's an expression that a friend of mine came up with that I dare not say here about gigging all the time, but this is not a slap on the back because you slapped mine. I mean this from the heart. Sitting here, and I know that I'm playing with a legend because he is by everybody's standards, and you have no idea how nerve-wracking that can be. And this is a blast for me. This is such a reach out, and I just love it.
well,
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Pleased that you came to do this.
My thrill, believe me.
There's a lot of people. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not the truth. There's not a lot of people. There's a short list of people that I intended to have on this show. And when we started 3 years ago, and you were one of them.
Well,
there's guys in the business that I've always looked up to, and you're one of them. And there's a lot of them, and you probably look up to the same people.
yeah, there's no doubt in my
that's
mind.
one of the reasons I love you so much is because you and I watch the same players and look at the same people.
Oh yeah,
that guy's.
We have the same interests.
Yeah,
as simple as that.
And our playing is so different, and that's what amazes me. Is that
do you remember? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, go ahead.
But it came back. Just hitting me right now. The very first Guitar Summit that I joined you guys.
Yeah.
You remember that? It was a Bredor Festival, I believe they called it.
Yeah.
And you and Dave and Scott and Gordy were together, and I was the fifth that I came on board.
Yep.
I'll never forget you guys for that night. I mean, I was the newbie in town with you guys. You guys had established something. And I'll never forget, I played with each and every one of you. Did solos and things.
Yeah.
That was the most incredible night of my life playing guitar.
And it was great because even then I had less, I had a lot less like clout, I guess, in the business back then, right?
Seriously.
But I
know what you mean.
But it was important to me that you were there because you were known as an electric player.
I was too,
and I wanted people to see that you were more than that. I knew you always were, and the same goes for me. Like, I've made my living playing acoustic guitars, and I love them to death. But I'm also an electric player.
Yes, you are.
I made a lot of my living playing electrics and everything else, mando, banjo, bass, piano,
exactly.
like whatever,
yeah.
right? And we all there's a huge community of guitar players in the world, and that seems to be the guys who interest each other the most are the guys who have been in it the longest and done the most things to make a living.
I agree with that, and I think that we drive each other because of that.
Exactly. That's the key.
And it's just, okay, look at this, and then look at this. And it's not because of anything other than it's fun.
Exactly.
It really is fun.
And I've been telling people that on here for 2 or 3 years now. Like, it isn't about whether or not you can do something you see another guitar player do.
It's not that at all.
It's that it makes you want to try.
Yeah.
That's the whole key.
And there's no greater joy than sitting down, and if you know 3 chords, you're by yourself on a veranda or on a couch or whatever, and you play those 3 chords knowing that you're creating music. That's the greatest joy there is.
Exactly.
And I encourage everybody to grab a guitar at some point in their lives and just play 3 chords and see where it takes you.
Absolutely. So here we're talking about legends.
Oh, good
Holy
God.
shit.
Well.
Here's a legend for you. We thought we were making the list tonight, and Brian was saying you should sing more, and I said, well, this is kind of a guitar night because I wanted to make sure people heard you play.
definitely. You
So
play around
when
them.
we're thinking about this, I said, you know what we should do is this song right here,
Oh,
because there's no bigger inspiration to, I think, any songwriter or any Canadian than this man right here.
oh my God, no.
And we just lost him, and so let's shake hands with the man. The lamp is burning low upon my tabletop. The snow is softly falling. The air is still in the silence of my room. I hear your voice softly calling. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter night with you. Smoke is rising in the shadows overhead. My glass is almost empty. I read again between the lines upon the page the words of love you sent me. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter night with you. The fire is dying now, my lamp is drumming dim. The shades of night are lifting. The morning light steals across my window pane where webs of snow are drifting. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love, to be once again with you, to be once again with you. Attaboy, man. Attaboy.
Jeez.
Wow, beautiful stuff, man.
That warms the heart.
Whoa,
That
was
warms
pretty.
the heart. You love that,
That
man.
was
You
pretty.
got to love that man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh man,
talk about a man that has more
there's nobody.
influence on all of us.
Nobody. There's nobody.
Ah. I got
Nobody.
goosebumps. I really do. All over. That's
Well, boys
incredible.
and girls, that takes us to about 65 minutes or so, and we're gonna finish off the evening here with a little bit of blues, I think.
You want to do some blues? You want to do some
I'm gonna
bougie, or do you want to do some straight up blues?
I don't know, whatever you choose, but let me just, before we go,
You
just
go right
say,
ahead.
I want to thank everybody for being here and watching us live. This video is going to remain up on the channel, so if you want to see it, you can see it. And you can also donate even after we're not live.
And cheers to you.
And cheers to you for that. And
Excuse me.
want to thank everybody for donating. And if you haven't yet, you want to throw a few bucks in our tip jar there.
Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
The sole side of his shoes is blown up.
God, man. I have
looks
no
like-
soul left. I'm soulless.
He looks like he entered an ass-kicking contest and he won.
Let's not go there. Actually, yeah, well, we won't talk about my shoes.
And it's-
My wife's going to kill me for even seeing this. Okay.
so if you want to send us some cash, you can do it by e-transfer, jpcormier38@gmail.com or paypal.me/jpcormiermusic. It pays the bills around here, and we love you. Brian, it's been a
GP,
hell of an honor
my
to
honor.
sit beside you
Oh,
for
listen,
an hour and a half and do this.
we don't do this enough. I wish
One of
we
my
could.
favorite musicians
Thank you very
for
much.
many, many years. It's so cool to get you that we had time to do this.
You people out there, I mean, first, you have no idea where we're sitting, the surroundings we're in up here. It's just an incredible place, a gorgeous place. And this studio that you guys created,
Yeah, Megan and I built this.
Yeah,
Megan did a lot of the work herself. And
unreal. And
we hauled every piece of wood in here and planed it and put it up. And
it's just beautiful. Talk about homespun.
Yeah,
It feels good. There's music in those walls.
there is much music in these walls already.
There it is. So it feels good. It feels comfortable.
So we thank you for being a part of the JP Cormier channel. We'll see you next time on String Theory or Guitar Stuff with John. And hopefully some more live at Ginger's Barn shows, which this is awesome.
It's incredible.
You're just going to come back every year, or every 6 months.
Call me up. I'm here.
Okay, perfect.
Have a little bit of swing blues.
Yeah, give her. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Doyle. I'm
you.
JP Cormier. Thanks for being part of this special edition of Live at Ginger's Barn. Big thanks to the lovely Ginger who's in the house doing all the
Thank you,
production.
Ginger.
And we'll see you next time. And there you go. guys. See you soon.
Bye.